For the first 20 years of his career, Steven Spielberg was the king of blockbuster escape. He gave us giant sharks, friendly aliens, and globe-trotting archaeologists. But behind the cinema magic was a director running away from his own past. While Roman Polanski turned down Schindler's List because he was too close to his Holocaust trauma, Steven Spielberg hesitated for an entirely different reason. He wasn't sure if he was ready to face his family's ghosts. This is the story of how making Schindler's List forced Spielberg to finally embrace who he was. Spielberg grew up in 1950s American suburbia, but the shadow of World War II was everywhere at home. His paternal family were Ukrainian Jews who had immigrated to the U.S., but between 16 and 20 of his extended relatives, aunts, uncles, and cousins perished in Nazi-occupied Europe. As a small child, he actually learned basic numbers from a Holocaust survivor. The survivor rolled up his sleeve and used his concentration camp tattoo to show little Stephen what a 4, a 7, or a 2 looked like. Yet, as a teenager surrounded by non-Jewish classmates, Spielberg faced anti-Semitic bullying. Ashamed and alienated, he buried his heritage and poured his mind into fantasy world. In 1993, Spielberg arrived in Krakow, Poland, the very city Polanski had fled 50 years prior. Recreating the liquidation of the ghetto and the concentration camps broke Spielberg emotionally. To get through the painful shoot, he refused to take a salary, calling the profits blood money, and spent his evenings listening to Robin Williams over the phone just to get a few minutes of laughter. But being on those streets transformed him. By confronting the horror that destroyed so much of his extended family, he wasn't just making a movie, he was reclaiming his identity. Schindler's List went on to win 7 Academy Awards, but its impact went far beyond Hollywood. Spielberg used the movie's proceeds to establish the Show Foundation, which has recorded over 50,000 video testimonies of Holocaust survivors. Polanski made The Pianist to bear witness to a nightmare that he survived. Spielberg made Schindler's List so the world would never forget the lives that were lost. 2 masterpiece movies born from opposite ends of the same tragic history.